Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and really get you the insights you need. Today, we're going deep, I mean really deep, into a specific bit of kit. It's the WolfPack 4K 60Hz 8x8 HDMI switch.
Right, the one with the extenders and HDCP 2.3?
Exactly that one. Our mission, to kind of demystify it, figure out what it really does, why its features are so, well, critical now, and who actually needs something this powerful.
It's true. You look at these spec sheets and your eyes can just glaze over, right? It's like a technical jungle. But understanding devices like this WolfPack switcher, it's absolutely key if you want to build a really powerful, flexible, future-proof AV system.
Okay.
So we're going to pull out the important bits for you, translate the tech speak, and show you how it connects to, the real world. These aren't just specs. They're crucial for a good experience.
All right, let's peel back the layers then. This WolfPack sounds pretty intense. So at its core, what are we looking at here? What problem does it solve?
Okay, so fundamentally, it's a matrix switcher. That's the term.
Matrix switcher. Got it.
Imagine you've got, say, 8 different HDMI sources. Your gaming console, maybe a couple of streaming boxes, Apple TV, Roku.
Fire stick, cable box.
Yeah, exactly. Blu-ray player, maybe a DirecTV box, a PC even. Now picture 8 different screens, TVs, projectors, monitors, could be anywhere.
Right.
This WolfPack thing, its main job is to be the traffic cop for all those signals. It lets you send any of those 8 sources to any of those 8 displays.
Any to any, okay.
Any to any, independently, or, simultaneously.
So it's not just splitting one signal to many screens. It's more sophisticated.
Way more sophisticated than a simple splitter. It's like air traffic control for your video signals. That's the real game changer, flexibility.
Right, because with simple switches, you're kind of limited, aren't you?
Totally. You hit bottlenecks. Here, you can have input A going to output 1, input B to output 2, C to 3, all happening at the same time. Or, say, big game night. You want it on every screen in the house or the bar. One input goes to all 8 outputs. Boom.
Nice.
The combinations are, well, pretty much endless. And the core capability, it handles 4K resolution, smooth 60 frames per second, and with 4.4.4 color sampling.
4.4.4 color sampling. You hear that thrown around. Why is that specific bit important? 4K 60 hertz I get, but 4.4.
That's a great question. It really digs into picture quality. Think of it like this. 4.4.4 means 0 compression on the color information. For every pixel, you get the full color data.
Okay.
A lot of systems use like 4.2.0 or 4.2.2. They compress the color to save bandwidth.
Right.
And often you might not notice it for, casual viewing, but for high-end gaming, graphic design, even just wanting the absolute best, most accurate picture in your home theater, 4.4.4 ensures you see every single shade exactly as intended. No compromise. It really unlocks the potential of a good 4K screen.
You mentioned speed. 18 gigabits per second.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot.
It is. 18 GBPs, that's the bandwidth you need to push all that uncompressed 4K 60 hertz 4.4.4 data without any hiccups.
The data highway?
Pretty much. Ensure every pixel, every color gets there perfectly. And this specific system we're talking about, it actually comes with 8 HDMI extenders right in the box.
Oh, okay.
That's a big value add, especially if you've got long cable runs.
So for anyone who's ever wanted that, ultimate entertainment hub, or maybe managing screens in a bar or restaurant without messing with cables all the time.
This is the solution. It tames the complexity.
Takes the hassle out, gives you control.
Exactly. Seamless control and distribution.
Okay, now this is where I think it gets really critical today, because it's not just about the resolution anymore, is it? We have to talk compliance, HDMI 2.0, and HDCP 2.3.
You've hit it right on the head. That's foundational now. HDMI 2.0, and especially HDCP 2.3. It's not just nice to have, it's a must-have. So many new devices, and the list grows daily, New DirecTV boxes, cable boxes, Fire Sticks, Rokus, Apple TVs. They all demand HDCP 2.3 for copy protection.
And what happens? Paint the picture. What happens if your switcher isn't HDCP 2.3 compliant?
It's simple and frustrating. You get nothing.
Nothing. Like a bad picture?
No, like no picture, blank screen. Maybe, if you're lucky, you get an error message like content protection error or something equally unhelpful.
Wow.
You set up for movie night, switch to your brand new streaming box, and bam, black screen. Your expensive TV, your subscription, useless for that source. It's a showstopper.
So we're not talking about slightly degraded quality. We're talking about it literally not working at all.
Exactly. It's not about future-proofing. It's about being functional right now.
It guarantees that your investment in all that gear actually works together, avoids those awful blank screens.
It's the digital handshake. Without it, everything just stops.
Okay. And speaking of frustrating things, we've all seen flickering screens, right? Or displays that just won't sync up properly. Compatibility nightmares. What does this WolfPack do about those headaches?
Yes. That's where let's call it the wizardry inside a good switcher comes in. First off, fast switching.
Right.
You know how with basic HDMI switches, you change inputs and there's that like 5-second pause, screen goes black, maybe flashes.
Yeah. Drives me nuts.
That's the source and display renegotiating everything, this WolfPack switcher. It's designed to basically eliminate that.
Wow.
It does it by constantly presenting the EDIDs, that's the extended display identification data, representing all the connected displays to all the sources, all the time.
So the source always thinks it's connected, even if that screen isn't the one being watched.
Precisely. It's like a diplomat keeping everyone happy. The source never feels the need to suddenly readjust its output when you switch.
So no more black screen waiting game.
Exactly. The switching feels pretty much instantaneous, seamless. It's a huge difference in just using the system day to day.
Okay, that alone sounds worth it.
Yeah.
What else?
Then there's signal regeneration. An HDMI signal traveling down cables, going through a switch. It degrades. Timing errors, level drops, phase shifts, jitter. All sorts of noise creeps in.
Right, signal gets messy.
This switcher doesn't just pass it along, it actively cleans it up. It retimes the signal, compensates the levels, corrects phase errors, eliminates data jitter.
Like a little spa treatment for the signal.
Huh. That's a good way to put it. It sends out a regenerated, brand new, perfect HDMI signal to the display.
And that matters more the bigger the setup, I guess.
Yeah.
Longer cables, more connections.
Absolutely. It's the invisible guardian, you know?
Yeah.
Especially in like a sports bar or a big conference room installation, it prevents those weird intermittent flicker problems that are a nightmare to troubleshoot, saves so many headaches.
Okay, signal spa. Got it. And the last one, user adjustable EDID. We mentioned EDID for fast switching, but why would I need to adjust it?
Okay, so EDID, again, is how your display tells the source what it can handle. Resolutions, refresh rates, audio formats. It's resume, basically.
Right.
Now, imagine you have multiple displays. Maybe they're not all the same. You've got a new 4K HDR TV, but also an older 1080p screen somewhere else.
Yeah, common scenario.
What often happens is the source device looks at all the EDIDs and defaults to the lowest common denominator to make sure everything could work.
So my fancy 4K TV might get stuck with a 1080p signal because of the older screen?
Or even worse, like 720p stereo. Yeah, it's super frustrating.
So how does user adjustable EDID fix that?
With this WolfPack, you get separate EDID settings for each input and each output. Granular control.
Okay.
If one display is acting weird, or you know you want your main TV to always get the best possible signal, you can manually manage the EDID. You can make the matrix learn a specific display's EDID, or even use a preset.
So you override the automatic dumb it down process.
Yeah, exactly. You fine-tune the communication, you ensure every piece of gear is performing at its best, you take back control.
That's powerful. So these features, they really tackle those annoying, time-sucking AV problems head-on. Smooth, high quality, reliable. Sounds good.
It really elevates the whole experience, makes it robust.
Okay, we've talked a lot about picture quality, but AV is audio too, right? What else does this system bring to the table for a, fully integrated setup?
Oh, absolutely. Audio is definitely not an afterthought here. It has separate audio handling on all the inputs and outputs, huge flexibility, meaning you can embed audio, like add an external audio source onto an HDMI stream, or more commonly, you can de-embed it.
De-embed, like pull the audio out.
Exactly. Pull the audio off the HDMI signal and send it separately to your receiver or amplifier system. Really useful if your display, like a projector maybe, doesn't handle fancy audio formats well.
Okay. So I can bypass the display's audio limitations.
Precisely. And it's not just basic stereo we're talking. It supports pass-through for pretty much all the high-end multi-channel formats. Dolby Digital Plus, True HD, DTS HD, Master Audio, even Dolby Atmos.
Atmos too, wow.
Yeah, so your sound can be just as immersive and high quality as your video. Cinema sound, routed where you need it.
Serious audio power. Okay, with all this
Yeah.
capability,
Yeah.
how do you actually control the thing? Is it complicated?
They've thought about that. Lots of control methods. There are mobile apps, for your phone or tablet.
Okay.
There's a web browser interface, a WBDI, a standard physical remote control, too, for quick access.
Right.
And then for the pros or more complex setups, you've got RS-232 serial control, TCP/IP network control, and dedicated software.
So options for everyone from casual user to pro integrator.
Pretty much. And a nice touch, you can actually rename the inputs and outputs in the system.
Oh, how's that help?
Instead of remembering HDMI 3 is your Xbox, you just label it Xbox, or living room TV instead of output 1. Makes using it way easier day to day, especially with 8 sources and 8 displays.
Yeah, I can see that. Cuts down confusion.
Okay.
Okay, earlier we talked 4K 60, 4.4.4 color, high dynamic range, HDR. Is that fully supported through this whole system?
That is a really key question, and there's an important detail here. The Matrix switch itself does support HDR, which is great. But the extenders that come included in this particular package do not pass HDR signals.
Ah, okay. So the main box handles it, but the included long-distance part doesn't.
Exactly. So if you absolutely need HDR end-to-end, especially over those longer runs where you'd use the extenders, the source material actually recommends contacting HDTV Supply directly.
Right.
They can help figure out alternative extenders that are fully HDR compliant to go with the Matrix. It's just something to be aware of, depending on your specific needs for HDR.
Got it. Good clarification. Need HDR over distance? Check the extenders.
Yeah.
And the build quality. Is this thing built for, like, professional use?
Oh, yeah. It's not some flimsy consumer box. It's a robust 19-inch rack-mountable unit. Takes up 4U of rack space, modular design.
Modular.
Yeah, with flexible horizontal input-output cards. Means it's built tough for reliable, continuous use in, equipment racks, server rooms.
Built like a tank, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And that modularity might offer some future flexibility, too, potentially upgrading cards later. It's built to last.
Okay, so we're talking total control, amazing picture, amazing sound, flexible management, built tough. This sounds like it solves problems for a lot more people than just home theater buffs. Who really needs this level of switching power?
You're spot on. Advanced home theater is definitely one group, but its versatility is huge. Think about a busy sports bar.
Yeah.
They need to send different games to different screens, maybe the main event to the big projectors, other games to smaller TVs. This handles all that seamlessly. Zero lag. Happy customers.
Right. Makes sense.
For restaurants, casinos, they use dynamic content, promotions, information on screens all over the place. Central control is key.
I can picture that. What else? Maybe less obvious ones.
Okay, how about conference rooms or schools? You've got multiple laptops, maybe a document camera, video conferencing, needing to go to a projector or multiple screens. This makes switching smooth, professional, no awkward tech delays.
Yeah, eliminates the fumbling.
Data centers, factories even, displaying critical monitoring data, alerts on specific screens from a central point, improves efficiency, maybe even safety.
Interesting.
Even places like nail salons or fitness centers offering different entertainment or info across different zones. Bowling alleys, malls, places of worship, country clubs. The list goes on.
Wow.
Anywhere you have multiple sources needing to go reliably to multiple displays, this kind of robust distribution is invaluable. It's surprisingly adaptable.
Okay, so definitely not niche. It's a powerful engine for AV distribution just about anywhere complex routing is needed.
That's a good way to put it. It brings order and high performance.
Now, the sources we looked at also had a really interesting kind of clever tip, particularly about potentially saving some money on bigger installations. What was that about?
Yeah, that was a great piece of advice, especially for anyone looking at like a whole home automation system integration.
Yeah.
So, first part is for the pros, the experienced AV integrators. This WolfPack switcher allows them to write their own custom drivers for all sorts of big-name third-party control systems.
Like Crestron Control 4.
Exactly. AMX, Control 4, Crestron, RTI, Eline G, Savant, URC, all the major players. This gives integrators huge flexibility to deeply embed the switcher into a smart home or commercial automation project, really tailor the control.
Okay, ultimate customization for the pros.
Right.
But what about the end user? The person paying the bills who maybe gets sticker shock from a big integration quote.
That's where the really clever tip comes in. If you want that whole house system, but the quote seems sky high.
Yeah.
The source suggests this. Go to HDTV Supply first. Get a quote for just the hardware, the WolfPack matrix, the extenders you need, etc.
Okay, hardware only.
Then take that hardware quote to your local third-party control system dealer or installer, the Crestron guy, the Control 4 guy, whoever, and ask them to quote only for the software programming and the physical installation labor.
You're splitting the job. Hardware from one place, programming and install from another.
Exactly. You unbundle the costs. The source says doing this can potentially save you thousands on larger systems. It gives you transparency and negotiating power.
That's a brilliant strategy. Be your own sort of general contractor for the AV part.
Pretty much. Now, there's a caveat, an important one.
Okay.
HDTV Supply isn't certified by these third-party companies like Crestron or Control 4. They don't verify or support the custom code that integrator writes for their system.
Right. Makes sense.
However, they do guarantee that the direct control method, using the RS-232 script in their manual, works perfectly fine to control the matrix. So the core device control is warranted, just not the fancy custom integration layer someone else builds.
Got it. So you get the hardware savings, but the support for the custom software lies with the integrator who wrote it. Still, that's a fantastic tip for managing budgets on complex projects. Really highlights understanding the pieces of the puzzle.
Absolutely. It empowers you, the end user, to be smarter about the whole process.
Well, there we have it. Our deep dive into the WolfPack 4K 60Hz 8x8 HDMI switcher. It's clearly a seriously powerful and versatile bit of gear, really indispensable for anyone building a modern, high-quality AV distribution system, whether that's a killer home theater spanning multiple rooms or, a demanding commercial setup needing rock-solid reliability and flexibility.
Absolutely. And understanding these core pieces, what they really do, it helps you cut through the noise, right? Make informed decisions, build systems that work well now and will keep working well for years. Get the most out of your investment.
Totally. Enhance that viewing, that listening experience.
Exactly.
So we'll leave you with this thought to chew on. Now that you understand the kind of power and flexibility packed into a device like this WolfPack, what's the ultimate, most elaborate multi-screen, multi-source AV dream system you could imagine? For your home, for your business, what kind of control center would you build knowing what's possible?
Good question.
Thanks for joining us.